Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew, aka Booty Sweat, and today we're going to be continuing on with our very last episode in the series of custom variations for competitive play. I don't know that it's going to be the last. I'm just thinking about ending it with Frost because we've done everybody else except RoboCop and Terminator, and nobody plays those characters, it seems like, and I have no clue how to play them. So rather than just kind of throw together something half-butt, I'm just going to, I think, end with Frost and then start focusing more on the 5-minute guides and things like that. If there is an uproar or a riot in the comments as a result of that, then maybe I'll change my mind. But otherwise, we're just going to do Frost as our last one. So without further ado, make sure you like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, etc., and so on and so forth. Let's get into it. Alright, so for the first variation that we're going to be looking at, it's going to be basically Ice Machine, except instead of the Auger Lunge, we're going to be using just the regular Ice Auger, which is this projectile. It's a very good slow-moving projectile. It is a high, but the cool thing about it is you can amplify it, make it a mid, and it gets a knockdown, and what that allows you to do is really pressure the opponent from full screen as well. Frost has some decent zoning in this game. This is a game where zoning is generally not that great, but Frost does it okay. And so the Ice Auger just allows her to do that a little better even. And in addition, we have added it's the Ice Machine variation other than that. So it also has the Micro Burst and the Glacier Calving. And so we'll go over those real quick. So Micro Burst you really want mostly for Frost combos, her most damaging combos she can get as a result of it, and it's just this little move right here where when you amplify it, it freezes them. And so if you do that in combos, it lets you get a nice little extra bit of damage. You get to basically set up for mostly unbreakable damage. There's a little bit at the end usually where they could break away, but you're getting a lot of unbreakable damage because it does freeze them while they're on the ground, so you get most of your combo going there. So an example of a combo using the Micro Burst would be something like this. But that's the primary function for Micro Burst, is for getting those excellent combos with Frost. And then the other move that we're going to look at is the Glacier Calving, which looks like this, and it puts out this little shield in front of Frost, and if you meter burn it, you get like a faster version, moves faster across the screen. It doesn't do any damage or anything like that, but what it does do is absorb projectiles. Alright, so here you can see I have Sub-Zero doing an ice ball as his projectile, and we're just going to throw up the shield, and you'll see that it just blocks it. And then you can use a meter burn one, like I said. Well, you have to actually time it correctly. The meter burn one not only moves farther, but also lasts longer as well. So just really good stuff. And then of course you have Frost Forward 2, which is good pressuring in the mid-range and that kind of thing. When used in conjunction with the shield, you know, you can really get some interesting stuff going on with that. So yeah, that's going to be the first variation, which is again Ice Auger, Micro Burst, and the Glacier Calving shield. And let's get right into the second variation now. Alright, and like always, I'm going to ask before we get into the second variation, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you like and subscribe, etc., so on and so forth. And yeah, so anyway, for the second variation that I like to use with Frost, it is almost identical to the last one, only instead of using the Glacier Calving, which is the shield, the forward-moving shield, instead now we're using the air Ice Quake thing. And so this gives Frost like a down, or it gives her a dive kick, but it also slides along the ground and becomes a low if she hits the ground before she hits her opponent. So it's kind of a cool move. It's super punishable on block, as it should be. It's a dive kick. Every other dive kick is also punishable on block. So for sure it needs to be. But yeah, it's not too bad of one. And I really just kind of like it to throw in every once in a while as an alternative to the shield if I'm not really feeling the more zoning heavy or you know, kind of anti-zoning feel, whatever it is, then maybe I will throw this in and use it instead. It's a pretty cool move. Other than that, we're still doing the exact same combos with the micro burst, you know, that we've been doing. Now, you might ask why that didn't combo, but you get the idea. You might ask now, why don't you use the auger lunge? And I'll tell you why. It's actually because between, you know, her different moves, this thing that she can do, and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, Frost has some decent enough zoning. So really, I want the extra damage that comes from this little move where her head flies off her shoulders. By the way, Frost was one of my least favorite characters when this game came out. She's kind of growing on me recently, but I really hate when she takes her head off to like hit the opponent and stuff. I hate that crap, so dumb. It's the only organic part of her left. Why is she taking it off and hitting them with it? Anyway, it doesn't make sense to me, but so yeah, the little head move here, this move, as a combo ender, actually does more damage than auger lunge, and so I don't know, and it gets lots and lots of pushback. As you can see, they fly way back. So when you use it at the end of a combo, you're really getting a lot of pushback, which can kind of help her do a little more zoning. See how far we are away now, and how much corner carry that has. So, I don't know, I kind of prefer it to end in combos with the Ice Auger, and as a result, I just don't really have a whole lot of use for the Ice Auger. So, I just prefer the, or the Auger Lunge, rather. I prefer the Ice Auger, I prefer the Micro Burst, of course, and I, you know, just for a little extra flair, I might throw in this Dive Kick. Alright, well that's going to be it for Frost, and it may be the end of the Custom Variations series, at least until we get some new characters or something like that, if that ever happens. But yeah, it's been a fun series. I might do Terminator and RoboCop later on. I'm just not sure yet. But we're definitely going to be back with more of the 5-minute guides. Rain is going to be coming up next as you guys voted. So stick around. Have a good one. Be blessed.